backstage buzz, we prep for the sound. The curtain falls and the crowd's all round. The night's still young and the stage is set. Our voice is ready, no time for regret. Wisdom and laughter in a verbal embrace. Tonight we're ruling this electric space. Whether it's real, when it's time for us. Diving deep in after-show debates. Echoed loud with hot takes so contentious. Hearts race on, our pulse relentless. Yeah, we're alive with every mic. Yeah, like the stars and like the night. Yeah.
Hello, citations. What to do? It's not a game we're all father, dear guy. You know, I was like, subscribe. Let's.
What the fuck was that? We have a song now?
I couldn't keep a straight face. I was trying to keep a straight face.
I'm like sitting here waiting for the do 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 do, and then all of a sudden we're rocking out. Thanos had a guitar.
I was looking forward to this episode just for this.
Man, that was great. I like it.
So I got bored because I've been meaning to change the intro for a while now, but I finally had time yesterday, the other day. So I just made a new intro.
Wow. Was that Nickelback?
Nope. Totally original. That was me on vocals. No, I have a good rock voice. No, would you believe it if I told you I made that in AI in 20 minutes?
I would.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's exactly what happened.
Wow, that's insane.
I made us an after show intro in 20 minutes with AI,
and it was great.
I thought you'd get a kick out of it.
I did. Well, that's one way to start a show. People make sure they're here at the beginning.
Definitely, and I'm sure the casual Avenger would approve in spirit. He's currently eating deep dish, so we'll hold it down for him once again. In the meantime, we got a great show. I mean, you just saw. We're full of surprises. You never know. You just tune into After Show. All of a sudden, you get a new intro. you never know. But we appreciate everyone hanging out once again. Congratulations to Mikey Dykes, who is first. Suck it, losers. Mikey is number one this week. Shout out to Eastwood. What's up, old man? Lake Man, Gabe, Steven. Appreciate everyone. We are live on both YouTube and the Twitter. We will be talking about all of the things that happen this week in the culture. We, of course, got the game of the culture, Stellar Blade, launched officially.
Yeah, mine showed up in the mail, but I think I'm going to return it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll get to JayShockblast's anti-Sony position later.
I'll just watch you. I'll just watch you enjoy it.
Spreading hate. Spreading hate. We got several controversies to talk about related to that game, of course, because Stellar Blade was always going to have some, but there's more. So we'll talk about the alleged censorship situation, and we also finally someone at WB or Rocksteady must have been watching JayShockblast videos, because after his weeks of hate, they have finally responded.
I'm ready to just be done with that whole community. Honestly,
it is garbage
in the anti-community.
It's an entire mess. This definitely don't go to the subreddit anymore. I
can't even criticize the game without being having people yell at me for not criticizing it the way they want to. I'm very honest about the game. I'll criticize it, but don't make shit up and think that I'm just gonna let it fly.
Well, that's the
You know?
problem. That's the problem, Jay. You're supposed to lie and be toxic. That's how you're supposed to criticize. So we'll get it all that. It was actually a really good dev blog this week for once. And also we got a little Marvel Rivals happening. They've been promoting their closed alpha test that's dropping next month, and they revealed a new character, a spicy one too. And we also talked some X-Men 97, which is absolute peak Marvel. It is the best content, in my opinion, since Infinity War. We'll talk about the latest update that just dropped for us. That episode, whew, that was great. No Shogun review because I'm like still not done. I think I'm like 2 episodes away, but it is a very good show. I can say that. Have you been watching the Shogun?
I haven't gone back after the first episode, so I just haven't
Jake,
had a chance.
So we couldn't even talk about it anyway. But yeah, I think I'm at like episode 6 or 7. I've been watching. I put it on my to-do list to finish it this week. So eventually, I'm going to finish Shogun. Probably tonight. My nights have been dedicated to the NBA playoffs right now. In fact, as we speak, I have ESPN pulled up on my big TV. I'm watching this Bucks game, which is very close.
Listen, my heart is not all the way here tonight. It is a nice distraction. We had a tough 24 hours with Thor.
Yeah, poor buddy.
Yeah, but he's home, out cold. Like, I don't even think he knows that my wife and I are not upstairs. He's just passed out on the couch. They clearly gave him some sedatives, and he's not doing great. He's doing great, but like
he's out of it. Yeah, he's a little lippy.
Yeah, so we're just glad he's home. It's unfortunate. We're on bonus month 13 right now.
Yeah.
So it's like, but just it was a tough day, and honestly, like I people say don't give them attention because that's all they're looking for, but I say fuck that. Okay. If you're a coward, if you're like such a coward that you're gonna make a gross comment towards me, do it on main. Okay. Don't hide behind some alt account. Okay.
Talk your shit.
Seriously, like, grow the fuck up. All right. Like, it's such a stupid, like, if you don't like what I tweet, you can unfollow me. I won't, no hard feelings.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal. Okay.
We literally don't care.
Yeah. Like,
no one cares.
I don't want you hanging around if you're mad about me tweeting about my dog, like, being sick. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't like that, shut the fuck up. Go away. I don't care. So, I mean, it didn't, like, it's like the comment didn't even bother me. It's just the idea that you're a coward. That's the only part that bothered me.
Yeah. If you're, it's perfectly fine if you want to be a complete bitch, but stand on business. Let everyone know you're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Don't hide.
Don't hide. Don't create a burner account to talk your shit. Do it in the light of day.
Yeah.
Stand on it.
Yeah. Like,
that's how I feel.
I will never have a burner because I'm too lazy to go between accounts. So I'm always going to say what I say. And generally, I'm just not going to say anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not worth it. And like, sometimes tweeting in general is not worth it. I've been having, and thank you everybody in chat. I appreciate Sadot. I saw all the people that were positive and like, it helps. Like, I was miserable today. It's also the 8th anniversary of when my last dog, Teddy, we brought him home, his remains home. So it was a little weird to like, I don't know. I was very in my head, and I just needed to cope the way I can, and for me, that's just being vocal about it, So I just need to get that out of the way. So I appreciate everybody.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Mr. Shockblast. Glad that we can give you a little bit of distraction.
Yeah, and I'm sad that I wasn't in your stream to see you Congratulations.
Don't worry, it's right next to me.
Yeah, I don't have that one, so I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah, it's very nice. Big shout out to YouTube for the 100K sub
that's cool.
plaque. It's very nice.
So is it like the material is like a wood material that's silver? I saw the hanging things on the back.
Yeah, got the hanging things on the back. The material feels plastic.
Oh, okay. Mine is the old one that's in like the frame.
Yeah, this one, and then the play button is in glass.
I gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen one in person. So I have the old style one, and it says Shockblast Media, which honestly, I wish there was an option to like just buy another one so I could have it with my name on it.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
That's right. But yeah, it was very, very nice. You know, kept it low key, nice little unboxing, while also doing a little sponsored post from Square Enix for their for their new game that just dropped. Speaking of, Jay's sponsor sent me a gift today.
Oh, nice.
Got the
the Neo. I want that.
Got the Wave Neo microphone. I literally wanted this. This is the one out.
I have something that was supposed to come today. And I don't know if it's what I bought. I bought the Fallout microphone and mic arm.
Fancy.
Because they didn't have many review units. And I understood. So I was supposed to get something today, but it's last I saw was in Louisville, Kentucky. So
yeah, I requested everything for just to see what they would send me for the demo. They ended up sending me the capture card and the key light, which I loving the key light. But then I got a package. I was like, oh, what's this? And boom.
I only requested the Neo Facecam Neo and the mic Neo because I actually want to put them in my like travel bag. And like it's just they look like they're gonna like pack up real nice and be easier because I've brought my Wave 3 before and it's so heavy. And I feel like I could pack them both nicely into a bag.
Yeah, this one's light.
It's got like a nice stand and everything. So like I'm going to Summer Game Fest again, and I was hoping to bring them both with me and be able to like, catch some interviews.
Yeah, I might buy a face cam because I still have the Logitech, and it's pretty much at this point the only non-Elgato thing I'm using.
Well, I see here. All right, we're gonna do an ad here. Okay,
that's fine.
Listen, here's the thing about the Elgato Neo product line. Okay, it's not meant to be like their top tier product.
Right.
It's meant to be accessible. It's meant to be like, hey, I'm getting started as a streamer for like $500. I can have everything: a webcam, a microphone, a stream deck, the light, everything. Whoa.
Oh, holy shit. Oh, sorry. Chris Middleton just hit a 30-footer with 1 second left to tie the game.
Oh, nice. I'm actually I don't know for sure yet, but I might be going to Game 5 of the Bruins Maple Leafs next week.
Ooh.
So my brother, his work has a situation and he requested it, and we'll see what happens. So
yeah, I can tell you I've never been to a hockey game before.
I honestly haven't been in quite a while. I've been to a lot. Lejeune saw it. I've been to like a lot of hockey games. When I was in high school, we had here in Worcester, we had the Ice Cats, which was the minor league team for the St. Louis Blues. And I would go to like probably 25 games a year. And then I've been to a bunch of Bruins games, but I haven't been. I went to a playoff game against Montreal. It's probably been like 15 years at this point. I don't like going to the Fleet Center or the TD Garden. It's really a hassle to get to. It's like the worst part of Boston to drive in. So like Fenway is easy. Fenway, it's like right off the highway, but like the TD Garden is like another 5 miles in, and that 5 miles sucks. So
oh my god, yeah. I think I did go to one hockey game. I think I went to Philadelphia Phantoms game.
Oh, okay.
Way back. This was back in the Core State Spectrum days. This was many years ago.
Hockey, like I understand hockey is a very white sport, I guess. You know,
extraordinarily so.
There's no other way to say it. But I feel like if you ever go to a game live, it's so different. Like they just did so CM Punk is like my favorite wrestler, and he's a massive hockey guy. And the WWE hired this lady, I think her name is Jane Redman, who works for the NHL Network. So her and Punk are friends, obviously.
Right.
But this other guy, Jey Uso, who's one part of the whole bloodline, the Samoan dynasty, he had never been to a hockey game before. So Jane took him to a Blackhawks game, and CM Punk obviously showed up because he's a Chicago guy. And watching Jey Uso watch his first ever hockey game was just so funny. Like, and he was just so into it. And that's just generally how it is. It's one of those games where it's so fast, and to see it live, it's just different, you know, especially a playoff game.
I can understand. Like, I mean, live sports in general are just great, but yeah. I used to actually like hockey. Like back in my youth, back when Blockbuster was dominating our space. I used to watch baseball, NHL. I played the games. I even played the NASCAR games. Like I was in anything sport related. I was getting that game. I was playing it. I was all about it. Yeah, NHL. I think NHL '98 was my goat. That's what I played. I was, I had to rock out, with my. I supported the Duck. I like to play with the Ducks mainly because of the movie, but
no shame in that. My brother was that way.
Sure that, but also rep the Flyers. So this was like Eric Lindros days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, had to rep my boy Eric.
yeah. If he didn't get his brain scrambled, I mean,
what
he was like the prototype.
He was incredible. Yeah. Even back then, even baseball too. Like I rock with the Phillies. This was the Kurt Schilling and Scott Rowland era.
Kurt Schilling, I hate what he's become.
He's become he's the definition of living long enough to see yourself become the villain.
He is my favorite Red Sox pitcher, like, of all time. Like when he was with the Red Sox, he was like my favorite. Like, other than David Ortiz, probably my favorite player.
Yeah.
And I met him, and he was awesome. I got he had a studio. They did Kingdoms of Amalur, and I went to release night, and I had him sign my copy with R.A. Salvatore. And I was on. Oh my God, have you ever seen this? Have I ever shown you when I was in the Boston Globe?
You were in the Boston Globe?
Yeah, they did a video. Hold on, we're gonna do this.
Yeah, we got to pull this up.
Hold on, yeah. I have it saved.
I'm proud to say that Kurt Schilling was never my favorite pitcher. It was Randy Johnson, unless he's been canceled too.
I don't think so. He just killed a bird.
Oh, that's fine.
All right, let's share screen.
Yeah, the bird was asking for it. It was in the way.
It's funny how they synced this all up. All right, here we go.
JayShockblast was just forever a celebrity.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh man, 4 hours.
I'm in a
Doesn't
bunch
hurt
of
that
times.
Kurt Schilling's involved. Kurt Schilling made it.
Oh my God! Look at young JayShockblast.
This is the premiere, the launch, the debut of our first game, Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning.
Repping the Kurt Schilling movie. Oh my God!
got your sword.
Look at babyface
got your
Shockblast.
magic.
For the gamers out there, think God of War meets Oblivion meets Skyrim.
You like Skyrim? It's pretty much a lot like Skyrim.
Meets Fable.
It's like Fable meets Oblivion.
I love the way they edited
Taking
it.
the best features of
It's
all
like
these
you're
games
right
and
on-
turning
you're
them
on
into
the same
something
lane.
very new.
You're Kurt Chilling right there.
Really, Alex?
And R.A. Salvatore, legend.
Gamer. He's one of us.
I've been gaming on and off for about
that
30
didn't age
years
well.
now. And 38 Studios is kind of the culmination of a lifelong passion in games.
Jay without the beard is indeed creeping me
I have
out.
a beard?
Kingdoms of Amalur, first PS3 signed.
I don't think I have it as long.
Call me a
Look,
legend.
Your faith is
Awesome
much
game.
smoother.
And thanks for those World Series.
Dude, I like went there straight from work. Like I was wearing my Bose jacket and everything. Yeah, I have that bookmark. That is 12 years ago.
That is it seems like 100.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was so 12 years ago I would have been 32.
That is insane.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see. I know the shirt I was wearing. I was wearing like this I think it was an American Eagle, like plaid, red, white, and blue kind of shirt.
Kids these days will not understand the GameStop midnight release.
Yeah, it was a midnight release. It was in Framingham. No, not Framingham. I can't remember the name of the town. It was south of us, near where the Boston Marathon starts. And I worked until 10 o'clock that night. And then I just drove right down there and hung out in the parking lot for 2 hours.
I was a big midnight release guy.
Oh yeah.
Any excuse I had,
release.
any excuse I had to do a midnight release, I would desperately try to get involved. Especially when I got older, when I didn't have a curfew anymore. I used to even do them at the bookstore because I used to work at Borders. So we would have midnight releases like for the big, book releases like your Twilight, your Harry Potters. So I would happily work during those because I was like, I want to get the Harry Potter book anyway. So
yeah.
so I'm up midnight. We got to deal with all the nerds, make sure they don't go too crazy. But it's insane. Yes, people used to actually line up at midnight to buy books.
Yeah,
this was a thing. This was a thing that used to happen.
Yeah, my GameStop doesn't even exist. I haven't since my GameStop shut down, I've been to GameStop twice, and I have like a $5 coupon every month, like for being one of their members or whatever, and I just don't even use it. Like I've not used it like 2 months in a row. So that reminds me I need to go down there to make sure that I use it.
I honestly can't remember the last time I've been inside of a game. I think I might have. It had to have been at least like 6 years because I remember I was like in the mall one day. Door. I remember I was in the mall.
Everybody saying hi.
For work. I think I was getting off work, and I was like, I haven't been into a GameStop in a while, and I think I just walked in just to see what it was, what was it like now? Because I had it had been so long because I get all my games through like the internet, like PlayStation Store, or sometimes Amazon. Like I always just go through there. I have not actually set foot inside a GameStop.
The crazy thing is there were two GameStops like almost basically next to each other. They're like maybe a mile apart, but like it's just I don't go to the one that's next to. I would always go to the one that was by Target, not the one that was by Walmart, because I don't go to Walmart that often because that store is sketchy. So
true, and Walmart too.
But I also barely leave the house, so there's also that.
I mean, yeah, when you're a professional YouTuber, you find that you don't actually need to leave the house that often. Like even like in our that point was brought home to me because the other night my friend took me out for a fancy steak dinner.
Oh, nice.
The Brazilian steakhouse. So they brought the
oh, I love it. Was it Fogo de Chao?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
I love that place.
So good. And yeah, but he picked me up and drove us there, and I was like, I realized, I actually haven't been through through here in like a year almost, because whenever I leave the house, it's usually to go to the mailbox, and I always take the back way. So I haven't seen my library or my old school in like forever. Like because I never go that way anymore. But it's nice occasionally to touch grass, especially for some delicious
Oh my God.
steak that I don't have to pay for.
Did you get the meat sweats?
No, I did get the I did get a little touch of the itis. Like by the time was done, I was like walking like
Yeah.
because I love this place. Like one of the things they would do is like, because I ate way more than my friend did, but I was getting like towards the end, and I was like, all right, I'm getting close. I'm getting pretty full. Let me I wasn't ready to say no yet, but I was like, oh, let me take a break. But they would come in like with some new dish, and I'd be like, maybe not yet. He was like, oh, come on, like don't be a bitch. It was heavily implied. So I was like, all right, I ain't no bitch. so I take a little bit. I'll take a little bit, and like one of the waiters, he came in with some lamb. It was incredible. But I was like, oh, I can't. I was like, oh no, and he like was like, oops, and slight. I was like, you fuck. That's not great.
Man.
So I had to. Oh, so good.
Now I want Brazilian steakhouse. We went the first time we ever went to one was in Baltimore in 2016. It was across from the aquarium, and my wife's parents had told us, treat yourself to a nice dinner. So we saw it and we're like, oh, let's try this place. And it was so good. Then we went to one in Vegas, because I always talk about it, but I think the only one near us is in Boston. And when we were in Vegas, like with her whole family was there, it was the Fogo de Chao in Vegas was like literally in the same parking lot as our hotel. We walked to it.
Oh, nice.
So I convinced everybody to go there one of the days, and it also didn't disappoint.
It was great value too. Like I wasn't paying for it regardless, but
yeah,
but the bill was only like $100.
Yeah, that's actually kind of a surprise. I thought ours was like, I don't remember. I thought ours was like $75 a person, but I don't know. Maybe it varies by location, but I don't remember actually. I don't know. Whatever.
It was just two of us. I got so much food. I was literally felt like I was about to explode.
Yeah, but if you think about it, if you go to like a really nice steakhouse, like you can pay $50 just for a steak.
One steak.
And that would be the cheap one. You know what I mean? Like I actually I saw a place I was looking at that I heard was really good. And like I don't know, I'm gonna probably butcher it. Their Wagyu steak was like $250. And I'm like, yeah, I'd love to try that someday, but I'm out.
I actually got some authentic Wagyu. I got authentic Wagyu burger patties.
Oh,
I got a nice little deal, and they are very good.
I bet. Yeah.
Best burger I ever had. I fried them up myself with some bacon, some Havarti cheese. Oh my god, he did it again. Holy, this game is insane. All right. So we've gone way off topic talking about.
Yeah, listen, if this ends up like, me, 2 hours is a beautiful number for me. And if that was the case, I would be fine with it, even if it was shorter. I don't care. Like I was this close to being like, I don't know if I am mentally there, but I'm glad we're doing it. Either way.
I mean, it was worth it alone to see your reaction to the intro.
Oh yeah. That was great. That was fantastic.
I gotta send you it after the show. It was a good time to make.
I like the little logo situation too.
Yeah. I thought I had the image, and I was like, gotta have the branding on there. So I was like, let's spice it up a little bit. A little after show brand, a little marketing. Just a little something.
Yeah, looks good.
So we talked about steak. Now let's talk about cake.
There it is. The transition.
I am a professional broadcaster after all. And it was perfect. So, see, Jay, even when it seems like we're off topic, we're always right there. It's all connected. It's all connected. So Stellar Blade dropped this week. Big shout out to Sony, all the good folks over at PlayStation. They sent me an early copy so that I can enjoy the main character ahead of launch. And not surprising, very well received. It's currently sitting at an 82 on Metacritic. It is at an 83 average critic score for Open Critic, 88% critic recommended, and projection wise, the sales look like they're going to be very strong. So this is going to be Sony's second big hit of 2024, after, of course, Helldivers, which JayShockblast also hated because
I didn't hate it.
Phil Spencer paid him. Phil Spencer paid to spread this hate about plays. No, but no, I enjoyed the demo, and I knew I was going to enjoy the game, and I in fact did. It didn't get review bomb quite like Culture Warriors were anticipating, because people actually played it and thought it was mostly fun. The consensus seemed to be amazing graphics, top S tier soundtrack, amazing combat, especially after the day one update, and they've got New Game Plus at launch, and it's also very good, but story, acting, not very good. Otherwise, really, really fun game, and of course it wouldn't be without controversy. Of course, it had the controversy beforehand. We had several games journalists attack the fans, attack the creators at Shift Up, accusing them of misogyny, blah blah blah, because the main character is smoking hot, and that's a no in certain circles. So that was a thing, but people embraced it. Now we got some new controversy. Apparently, the game is ruined. Jay, they ruined it. Allegedly, the game is officially ruined because the censorship patch hit. They censored it, Jay,
because of the hard R.
The hard R. Well, no. Well, most people didn't care about the hard R, which I thought was funny, but they didn't leave it at the hard R. They also lightened up considerably some of the gore. There was some scenes where there was in the demo where there was a lot of blood. When Eve cut up one of the monsters, they've gotten rid of a lot of that gore. They've also made a few of the outfits a little less sexy.
Gotcha.
Gave her a little something to cover up the cleavage on a few of the outfits, but otherwise, game is still very much full of culture. But that, of course, led to a lot of people saying they were going to cancel their PlayStation Plus memberships and all this other stuff, and accusing Sony of censorship and everything like that. I think it's definitely overblown. Obviously, Shift Up promised and very very clearly bragged about the game being uncensored worldwide, which we all know realistically they weren't going to stick to, and they didn't. They're saying they're having internal discussions about it, but we'll see if they ended up reversing it. But for now, I think it's fine. Like if you've seen the outfits in the game, this is a lot to do. There's a lot to do about nothing. like there's literally a skin suit in the game. Like it's fine. Like yeah, you are right to blame Jay. Jay is turning in his copy of Stellar Blade because he said his work is done. He successfully got it censored.
No, I did play the demo. I thought it was okay. I just didn't think it was something that I would enjoy much. And just knowing myself, I also did not think that anybody would watch my videos. And I'll be honest, that's probably a bigger reason for me returning it than anything.
Probably.
Because I don't have a real good reason to buy a game right now if I can't make content for it. So that's kind of where I'm at. And I was like, if I want to see anything, I'll just watch you play it.
Yeah, like you're like as a content creator, yeah, you definitely kind of prioritize certain things. Like some games I'll just buy, or if I don't get it for free, some games I'll just be like, okay, well, I'm just gonna get that regardless. That's just for me, Like I bought Dragon Ball Z Kakarot DLC knowing that I wasn't going to stream it. That's just for me because I love Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. But Stellar Blade, fortunately, I was able to get a free copy, so I was like, well, it cost literally cost me nothing.
You were gonna get it anyway, though. Let's be honest. It's just nice that you got to play it early.
Yeah, I was definitely going to buy it. If I didn't get the review copy, I was definitely buying the deluxe.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad you like it, like more than anything. I don't care about like the cake in the game, you know what I mean? But like,
for sure,
I also don't understand why people flip out over it. You know what I mean? Like, these are the same people that are gonna get mad if somebody sees two guys kissing in a game and gets mad about it. They're gonna like make fun of those people. So like, if you want guys kissing guys in a game, all right, you have to allow the sexy babes in the game too. And just the same, if you want the cake in the game, you can't complain about guys kissing guys. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. It's the hypocrisy that gets me. Like, I've literally seen people that were barking at the sex scenes in Baldur's Gate 3 because of how amazing and brave they are. Just completely clutching their pearls because Eve in Stellar Blade has a bikini.
Yeah.
Oh heavens, no! Like, come on! Like, everybody just are taking this way too serious. And like, if you're protesting this game currently because one of the outfits shows like 10% less cleavage, seek help.
Yeah.
like, come on.
Yeah, it's just, it's stupid.
This is awesome. It's take the W. You've been saying for years, gaming's woke. Oh, you can't have attractive female characters anymore. Well, you got one. You got several. and now your people are bitching because they patched her camel toe. Like, relax.
Yeah.
Touch grass.
Yeah, it's dumb.
The important thing is the game exists and it's good. Big shout out to Shift Up. This is their first console game. Pretty insane, considering like that this is their first at bat, and they pretty much nailed it. Literally, just the only thing that I had issues with so far is just the acting is not great, and they could definitely could have done a little more in terms of story. Like, it's definitely not near in terms of the deep philosophical story or anything like that, and the great acting, but it is very much an action game through and through, because that is really the highlight of the game. Not a fan of the platforming either, but when you're fighting the monsters or just walking around exploring, listening to that amazing soundtrack, it's a great time, and it's visually fantastic. It runs great. So Sony's got a banger there. Hats off to them. Looking forward to what else Shift Up cooks up for this game. I'm sure there's going to be DLC, and I'm excited to try it out. And I'm going to be playing more of it this weekend. I think tomorrow I'm going to be playing Fallout 4 on stream, but after that, I'm going to be playing some Stellar Blade in my own time. But Jay's actual favorite game got an update today. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
I mean, not an update, but like a news update, I guess.
Yep, the developer update hit, and usually we don't look forward to these because they're kind of ass, particularly lately. But this time they chose violence. We got a bunch of quality of life changes that are coming in Suicide Squad episode 2. Of course, season 1 is divided into 2 episodes. That's how all of the seasons are going to work. You're going to have your episode 1 and then your episode 2. Episode 2 for Suicide Squad. We got a little preview of some of the gear. One of the hackers was able to get some early access to some of that stuff. So we've seen some of the perks, and they talked about a little bit of it in the blog. But there's going to be some new missions, another Brainiac boss fight. I believe this one is Superman Brainiac, in addition to Green Lantern Brainiac. But the big thing is that they're adding, based on community feedback, once again, this is why you offer constructive criticism. You don't just be toxic and say dead game, lazy devs. You also don't bootlick. You don't get improvements to games by shilling and saying everything's fine, let them cook, whatever. No, you point out what's wrong, how it should be improved, and if they're smart, you get this. So there's a ton. I went over a bunch of this on stream, but the basics, they're going to be doing a lot of reworking of everything. They're going to make it, first of all, they're making it so that the infamy gear, you're going to be able to get it all starting at mastery 1. So instead of having to grind your mastery levels in order to get the different tiers, I think in the tier 30, mastery level 30 range is when you normally would get access to the tier 3 gear. Now you'll have the ability, they're flattening it out, so you'll be able to get tier 1 through 3 gear starting at mastery level 1. So in the Joker season, in order to unlock the mastery levels, you had to get to fear rank 35 by playing all the missions, and then you beat Brainiac, then you can unlock the mastery levels. But this time for episode 2, they're going to make it so that you're going to be able to get that gear right off the bat, no grinding required. And they're also going to be adjusting how that gear itself is. We'll have to test that out to see, but they want to make it so that all of the gear is viable and you're enjoying it. But the big thing is they're also adding more reasons to play. One of the problems for someone like me is that I'm at a point where there's really no reason for me to play. Like, I have a lot of resources. The only thing I'm doing right now is just the only thing to do really is the level of the battle pass, because right now I'm at mastery level 153, and there's really no incentive to keep playing at that point outside of the battle pass, because you don't really get additional rewards. It's not challenging anymore. So it's just you're just doing it just to see how high you can go. But they're changing that up. They're going to introduce new versions of master items. So they're going to have a total of 5 grades, and the master 5 type gear will drop at the highest mastery levels. So that gives you a reason. If you're a tryhard like me and you're super high, you need a reason to grind. You're going to be able to grind for those additional mastered gear items. They also give you a reason to fight Brainiac. This was a shout out to Lejeune. This was his suggestion. He correctly pointed out that after you beat Brainiac, there's literally no reason to do it again. not only is the fight just not interesting, but you're not
dropping good gear.
There's no exclusive gear. There's you can get better. You can get basically the same gear by playing any of the other encouragement missions, and it's a lot faster and usually more enjoyable. So once you do your required Brainiac boss fight, you can just peace out and never play it again. But they're attempting to address that by adding corrupted items. So now there's a rare exclusive drop with these mayhem missions that if you play them, they'll give you corrupted versions of existing gear. One of the examples they gave was a new grenade that's dropping. Is a Firefly piece. It sets in all enemies it hits on fire, and increases the radius of your next grenade by 50% for each enemy you burn, up to a maximum of 200%. Now, on its own, that is a very good grenade. But if you get the corrupted version, you'll get a twist on those perks. Instead of the blast radius increase, you get increased damage of your next grenade. It's buffed by 200% for each enemy you burn, up to a maximum of 100%. Now, all of a sudden, that's a super overpowered grenade. So you might be like, okay, well, if we're getting stuff like, if the corrupted versions are, that much better than the normal versions, then all right, we'll farm some Brainiac. So that's very smart. This was something everyone asked for, breaking down items from mission complete. Holy shit. How has this taken this long? Because what confused me is that you can break down the gear that you get from, like, if you get rewarded like the care package and stuff, like there are menus where you can delete it from there. But for some reason, if you play a mission and you get to the menu screen where it shows your rewards, you can look through the gear that you got from that mission, but you can't delete it. You have to go into your loadout, manually find it, and it's like, why? So they're finally changing that. Hopefully we also get some inventory space. They're also overhauling mutators. People had a lot of complaints about the mutators, particularly this season, because they literally just designed them to like nerf the gear from last season and force you to use poison. So now they're changing their entire philosophy. So instead of just having these perks, these mutators that limit you, like, you can't do suicide strikes because you'll blow up, or you can't do anything except poison. Instead of stuff like that, they're going to make the mutators buffs. So you can choose to cater your build to different mutators to give you a bonus in these missions. For example, one will give you a 75% damage buff for every 10% of your shield missing. That goes well with the Bizarro's Undeath Ray and the Hot Potato. There's one that gives you one combo for every critical hit on a burning enemy. So stuff like that you might want to build around, or that might help your existing build. That's how they're going to do the mutators going forward. They also are changing. They said they're changing in the encouragement mechanics, but really these are also just like the mutators. They're basically potential mission buffs. Lex will give you analysis, and you'll be able to act accordingly. Like an example of that would be, for this mission, your critical hits will do 150% more damage. So you'll do accordingly. Stuff like that. You'll be able to craft master items from previous episodes. So if you had legendary, and just in general recipes, you'll be able to craft the old gear from last season. If there were some legendaries or something that you were looking for, didn't get in last season, you'll be able to craft them from Penguin, which is a W. And they're also lowering the Prometheum cost for doing the missions, and they're adding invasion levels, which is the world difficulty. They're adding 3 more and they'll give you more unique rewards, XP, and resource bonuses. So what do you think about all these changes, Mr. Shockblast?
Yes,
exactly.
There's really nothing else to say. It's all, man, this is just gonna be another one of those what if games. Like, I feel like they're catching their stride. They just got off to that disastrous start, and people wrote them off.
Yep.
And the big problem they really have right now isn't the game, it's the mentality, like the word of mouth. I feel like when this game is working, and I can't believe I have to keep saying that, but like when this game is working, it's a fun game. Just people overthink it. All right. Like they're like, oh, but it's not Batman. And like, I get that, but like, it is still a fun DC themed looter shooter. If you're into looter shooters, and the thing that I don't understand is like, oh, but it's just the same thing. But you do the same thing in Destiny. Okay. Like, yes, you have just Metropolis, and Metropolis is changing over time. All right. But Destiny is like, what, 15 years in at this point? So they've just been collecting planets that you can go to and open world zones and everything.
Yeah.
But what do you do in Destiny? Okay. If you're playing the open world game stuff, you go to a planet and you run around and you just pick up missions and do them. And then you keep doing it, right? Granted, Destiny has dungeons, they have raids, they have all those extra things. But like, okay, sure. If you're gonna do PvP, what are you gonna do? You're gonna go in and run the same 8 to 10 maps, playing the same 3 game modes, and just pew-pewing each other.
Yeah, repetitiveness is built into the looter genre. So people complaining about repetitiveness in the looter genre, they clearly just don't play looters, and that's fine. Now, the issue with Suicide Squad in terms of the repetitiveness, it's a little more amplified because of the lack of missions and content in general, and they can definitely potentially address that. We'll see what they end up doing. Like they're going to be adding some new missions in episode 2. We'll see if there's anything. I know they teased a raid-like content. We know that they have a secret PvP mode that they haven't rolled out yet, and I'm definitely of the mind that they should wait as long as possible to make sure multiplayer is functional before they try to roll that out.
My issue is that a lot of these people that are bitching about the game are eventually going to be right because a broken clock is right twice a day. Okay,
yeah, it's like with Avengers. You say dead game every day for 3 years. Eventually, it's true.
Yeah, and like I'm just tired of people telling me, "Oh, but it undersold." Like, no shit, it undersold. We all know that, okay? But like these people that are pretending that like, oh, there's only 200 people playing on Steam. Steam was probably the worst, lowest selling platform for the game. It's also the only one you can see a player base. Now, I'm not sitting here pretending that there's millions of people playing the game, but like the game sold over 1 million copies. Like, that's
the thing we definitely need to normalize. Like, yeah, Suicide Squad definitely did not sell what the WB execs wanted it to, but that's another thing. What were even their expectations?
It would have went platinum.
Yeah, because
do you know how many artists? Do you know how many of your favorite artists go platinum anymore?
They compared it to Hogwarts Legacy, so I'm curious what their expectations even were to begin with. But that aside, like, yeah, the whole Steam player thing is so hilariously dishonest, and I will literally see them just like straight up lie about it. Like, there are people who will literally deny that the game sold well at all. Like, you may not be able to look at the live player numbers of PlayStation, but we have numbers. We know for a fact it was the #1 most pre-ordered game on PlayStation. We have the sales data. We know it was the #3 best-selling game of January, ahead of Persona, which sold over 1 million copies in less than a week. We know that it was the 3rd most downloaded game on PlayStation in February, behind only Helldivers and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Ahead of games like Tekken, Like a Dragon, and Persona, all games that sold 2 million copies or in that range. So we know it sold something. We know it sold a unusual amount compared to the other platforms on PlayStation. Now the issue, of course, is going to be maintaining the players. Like, obviously, WB were hoping it would sell 10 million or something like that, but that was never realistic to begin with. And the key with a live service game is keeping those players. So there was obviously going to be drop off, especially during the content droughts. But it is an undeniable fact that this game sold easily over 1 million copies, probably 2, and most of that was on PlayStation. But we have they definitely had some player drop off while dealing with the content. Yeah, some people come back. I'm sure a lot of people came back for the Joker. I know for a fact there was a lot of interest in the Joker, like literally 47,000 people watched me play the Joker. I know a lot of people came back to try it out. So the game could definitely be in a better position. But if the game was doing as bad as the Steam Bros claimed it was, WB would have pulled the plug by now, because we know they have no problems cutting bait. Like, they literally got just shut the door on two movies for tax purposes.
Yeah. So, like, to Eastwood's point, my video wasn't about us not hearing from them. And I feel like that's like one of the most misunderstood parts about what I said yesterday. What I was saying was that there's nothing new in the item shop in a game whose only way of making money moving forward is selling things in the item shop. Like, that is a thing that people look forward to every week in every game, in games like this. What's going to happen with the item shop refresh? They do it in Fortnite every day. Okay. So to be this far into the game and have a week where there's nothing new to buy after just putting out a flop, and after just putting out free skins a week after the holiday, it's like, what are we doing? That was the point I was trying to make. A lot of people are like, oh, well, maybe it'll just be in the blog. I'm like, no, they release new items in the shop at 3 p.m. on Thursday. We've figured that out. Okay. There's no clock in the store, but we've figured out that is the release window, is Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern. All right. And even the Easter skins, when they were daily, it was 3 p.m. Eastern every day. That's when they went live. So we figured that part out. And like, I just feel like, and
this is the real reason Jay's upset. He just wants the Arkham Asylum Harley skin.
Look at how ugly she is, though. Like, people are talking about this Harley being ugly. Like, look at that. That's a butterface.
That is the funniest thing about all the sweet baby bros who are constantly complaining about, you know, how they allegedly uglify Harley. The Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad is 10 times more attractive than the Harley Quinn in the previous Arkham games. Literally the only difference that people are glazing is because her tits are out. That's literally the only that's literally the only difference.
Yeah. Eastwood, I'm not lecturing you. I'm speaking in general, because like a lot of people were in my mentions like losing their shit for like no reason. Like, I'm just so sick of, like, I'm literally criticizing the game. Sorry.
He's also lecturing you. Get good, scrub. GG.
Yeah. I'm also like, I'm criticizing the game. I'm sorry if it's not like the exact criticism that you wanted, but like, listen, I'm a straight down the middle guy. Like, if I'm gonna call it like it is, and I'm trying to advocate for, like, how is it like this far in? We're literally almost 3 months to the day since the game became available, and my King Shark is not a Green Lantern. How
is that possible?
And I will say this though, and I'm wondering, because I remember when Miller was like, because we knew the Gentleman Ghost stuff existed,
right?
And I'm wondering how many things Miller had found that haven't come out yet, because I feel like we've probably seen everything. And I don't know if you saw a tweet that Del Walker made the other day about making $50,000 on 2 skins he made for what's that game? Shit, let me find it.
50K?
Warframe.
50K for 2 skins.
Yes. Let me find
it. Designs.
The tweet thread was incredible. Like, it was really interesting to read. And I almost read it like he was talking about freaking why there aren't skins in Suicide Squad. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, if you've never read a Del Walker thread, you are in for a treat.
Yeah,
definitely.
I might have gone by it.
Definitely worth a follow.
The thing is, he tweets as much as I do, so I just don't remember when it was. But yeah, he showed like his stream, his payout, and on Steam, and it was like he made like 23K off one and like 22 on the other. All right, maybe I can go to his.
Are you saying that we're not getting new skins because they ran out of money?
No,
they can't afford Dell's services.
I think why can't like I hate it like how you follow somebody. There it is. Okay. Oh, that's why it's the Carter Dell. I hate it when you follow somebody and you type their name into the search field and it doesn't like just immediately bring up like what their page.
Right.
Like when I search for Mortal Kombat, I can like literally and Suicide Squad. Like it doesn't recommend it. Like it's like their shadow banned.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Elon's trying to censor Suicide Squad.
Dell also made $344 off of Twitch or Twitter Blue. God, why can't I find this?
Yeah, I haven't had a big Twitter Blue payout yet. My payouts are usually just enough to cover the price of Twitter Blue.
I think the most mine's been is like $15, which is fine. If it pays for itself, I'm okay with it. But also, that tweet today had like, it had like 12,000 views, and it does not convert. It just doesn't convert like to clicks.
Twitter never did really. Yeah, that was always the problem with Twitter.
Yeah, no matter what you do. Jesus Christ, why can't I find this?
Yeah, Twitter.
Maybe he deleted it. I don't know.
Yeah, Twitter's better off just being. That's probably why they went in that direction with the monetization, because it's better off being its own video platform. Because if you're on YouTube and you're trying to get someone over on YouTube to go from Twitter to check it out, you're wasting your time. Even if you have a viral tweet, you're not going to get that many link clicks. That is just not happening.
Yeah,
unfortunately, but it works. But yeah, I even though I thought Jay, was a little harsh, calling, saying the devs were lazy pieces of shit.
I said that.
I'm paraphrasing, but I agree that the marketplace, and I was pointing this out today because I'm like, I'm fine with them not putting it in the blog, but the marketplace is a problem. Like that's more of a them problem, because that's just, we're talking about the business side of it, the thing that they need in order to maintain support. And I don't know why it's turned out the way it is, but it's definitely not sustainable from a live perspective. Because if they're not, because people already know now about the whole, how the Joker, that DLC unlock is going to be. Like, you can get them for free, but there's going to be some kind of grind involved. Otherwise, you got to do like a $10 shortcut if you don't have the Lex coin. But that's that, and the cosmetics aren't going to be enough, especially if you don't have this huge player base. And they would definitely make way more money if they would put more effort into the shop. But for whatever reason, they just won't do it. Like, I don't know what happened. I'd love to ask Miller. I was just talking to him earlier. I got to remember to ask Miller, see if he knows anything about what the hell is going on with their skins, because we're in April. We're almost in May. Not a single movie skin.
Yeah.
Only one set of comic skins. What the fuck is going on?
Yeah, basically the point of the thread, and I just wish I could find it, was that it's harder than we think to make the skins. And yeah,
which is obvious. I mean, obviously there are a lot of people who have no fucking idea how the game works. But yeah, that's something. Yeah, I told people about, even going during my coverage of Spider-Man. Like it's like when they talk about mods or whatever, or why is it so hard to like? Well, you're not just modders' job is easy because it's not a job. They're just modifying the existing game for fun and making this game look like if you're working on the game, and in order to get that skin in the game, you have to design it, then you have to program it, make sure it's rendered correctly, and then it has to work in every possible instance that it could appear. Like, so in every cutscene, every frame of combat, while walking around, during the rain, during the sun, it has to work in every possible situation. It can't clip through, it can't bleed. It, there were scenes in Spider-Man 2 in particular where sometimes they take off the mask, so it's partial. Like, you have to have all of that rendered and working correctly in every instance. And then when you're done with that, you got to do it for the next suit. So it's not as simple as, oh, just put the skin. Like, it's never that simple. But in the case of Suicide Squad, this is a game that's been in development 7 years. They obviously knew that their monetization plan was going to be based around the marketplace and cosmetics. So the idea is that obviously you would naturally plan your cosmetics ahead of time, get everything that you need ready, get all the assets prepared, plan it out so that you have plenty of time to make it, and so that when the game launches, you can roll them out on schedule. And for whatever reason, Suicide Squad launched without much to show for it in the way of cosmetic offerings, and none of the offerings so far, except for a few, have been fan favorite or even that well received. So it's very curious why.
Yeah. So I found the tweet, but my quote tweet of it, but he deleted the tweet. I'm assuming that like a lot of people were like probably mad that he made so much money off of 2 skins.
Yeah, cope.
but like that's so basically he explained it that that Warframe and Digital Extremes were really smart to put out like the tools so that like people could develop and design their own their own skins, and then they could submit them, and if they were chosen, they would be put in the web store, and there would be like a profit sharing basically. And that is like kind of insane.
Yeah.
And he explained that it's like a great cost-effective way to do something like that, where the idea is you have to like hedge your bets a little bit when it comes to in-game skins, because they do cost, he says they cost a lot to make. They're time consuming, and a lot of games they balance like, do I put too many in and then the game doesn't sell well and we did all this extra work for nothing, or do I put not enough in, the game is really successful and people are just complaining that there's not enough skins.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get,
which begs the question, if those are all factors, why the fuck are there no movie skins?
Yeah.
or
exactly.
and
exactly, that is exactly correct, because and that was the point that I've been trying to make. What are we doing here? You're doing the Easter skins, which fine, that makes sense. You did them for free. Okay, maybe were they supposed to be free? I don't know, but they were free, so fine. Okay, I'm not going to complain about that. They were free. All right, but then you follow it up with like a second round of the homemade skins, which were like iffy. They're cute, but they're like these fans are serious. Okay, they don't want cute. The Elseworlds idea is not really their thing. So I actually applaud them for doing character themed skins, because we all loved the Justice Losers pack universally. Okay, all 4 of those skins were amazing. All right, and then the Wayne Tech suits, obviously a take on Batman suit. Right. We all pretty much like that, especially the final one. Like, I know some people aren't like thrilled about it, but like they're Batman suits for all the characters basically.
And I think those are pretty good. Yeah. But if it's costly to make skins, and there's always a question of what will we sell, then me as a business person, thinking logically, I would err on the side of caution and just
not do Gentleman Ghost.
Yeah, I would just.
That was what I was getting at.
I would just pick. Yeah, I would just pick the skins that I know are going to sell.
Yes.
And say prioritize those.
Yes, because like then you've got the people that do enjoy buying them, that do enjoy featuring them, that are going to feature them, and people are like, oh, that looks cool. Like Gentleman Ghost, understand, cool idea, cool concept. Okay, you do that like months from now. Okay, you focus, like it's Joker season. Why don't, like I said this last week, I think, why don't all the characters have a Joker skin? Like Harley in a Joker kind of suit. Imagine Deadshot's armor looking like the Joker. Like, why don't we have that? Okay, and then after that, why don't they all have Hawkeye suit or Hawkman suits? I don't know. I just picked a random character. Like
every Spider-Man mod works pretty well in that it works well for a mod that you can show off a little bit in the YouTube. Most of them, a lot of them look like shit, and if you watch enough gameplay, it becomes pretty obvious that there's some problems here. just point it out. But the skins that they could have had are just no-brainers, and they just don't have any of them, and it's hard to fathom exactly why, because it's not like even Marvel's Avengers pulled this off, and they were in a substantially worse position because it was a licensed game, so those were even more expensive, and they had to go through Marvel, deal with all their bureaucracy to get permission to do certain things, and they still, despite all those roadblocks, managed to put out new skins every week, and they started rolling out the MCU skins, started rolling out the comic book skins consistently once they finally caught on. And I don't understand why Suicide Squad is doing it. It's great that they're doing the quality of life adjustments, so they're definitely taking the feedback, but for the sake of the game's financial health, they need to also overhaul their cosmetic strategy because it's not working.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say, though. Like, like how is there not a King Shark Green Lantern skin? Like, the cosmetics are just a mess, all right? And they're cute. What they've, like, I get it. I'm sure there's somebody at Rocksteady that like adores the Gentleman Ghost, and they fought hard for the Gentleman Ghost to get skins in this, and they're fine. But like, and it's like they're only 1,000 V-Bucks. It's not like it's like a game breaking thing, or like a pocket breaking thing.
I would never buy them, but but if you're a Gentleman Ghost enjoyer, it's whatever.
But like, that shouldn't be like the mentality. Like, go for the heavy hitters, go for the art. Like, people are telling you, I want to give you money for Harley Quinn to have an Arkham suit. Okay. Like, I will give you money for that.
Yes.
Give them what they want. I will give you money for a Harley Quinn movie skin. Give them what they want.
Well, except Lejeune. Lejeune has gone full hater mode. He is on his Marvel's Avengers boycott. He is no longer spending money because he is convinced the game is shutting down after Deathstroke, which realistically probably is going to happen. Yeah, I mean, well, unless these they make some big changes that completely turn the game around, you never know. Stranger things have happened.
I'll tell you what. I have no doubt that they are already pivoting a little bit. I have no doubt that like they are thinking about what they're going to do next.
Yeah.
And I pray to God it's not a Batman game.
Oh my God.
I pray to God it's not a Superman game, because you don't deserve it. Like, that's just the reality. Like,
it's time, Jay. It's time for a Superman game.
I mean, we are getting I hope there is a Superman game. I just hope it's not Rocksteady.
Yeah.
I hope they do something
original, which is what they originally wanted to do.
Yeah, which is what I feel like is the reason why the people that left, and I feel like they're gonna do the original thing they wanted to do. I'm fine with it being DC. I would like say what you want. I don't know. I feel like Green Arrow is popular enough to get his own game.
Definitely.
I feel like they would kill it with a Green Arrow game.
I would love Green Lantern as well.
Yeah, Green Lantern as well. Like I'm on board for that, but Green Arrow, I feel like they could have enough people team up with him, enough like cameos. You know, there's enough that you can do with Green Arrow and their gameplay style to do something like that.
But even your subconscious is telling you Green Lantern is the play.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, I completely, we've talked about it. Like, I also think that, you know, who I think should make a Green Lantern game, WB Montreal. Like, if you think about what they did with Gotham Knights, okay, you're telling me we can't do like a 4-player or 2 to 4-player co-op style Green. Well, I guess you could theoretically do it with Rocksteady too, because I feel like the combat is there, you know.
Say what you will about Gotham Knights, the multiplayer worked. It was the patrolling, the seamless
it was 30 frames per second. My poor eyes.
Yeah, apart from that, it was very fun. It's still very fun to do the multiplayer. It's just the gear is just didn't fully commit. You know, they started out as like a looter live service, and then they clearly pivoted during development. So the gear aspect ended up being a little half-baked, and they ended up making more content, but the content that they had was plenty fun, especially Robin. Robin was awesome to play as. So I would love to see what they could come up with there. But I hope the secret game they're working on is Superman. Jay, I think Jay knows that he's just keeping it a secret.
No, I don't know. I actually don't wish I know. You know, like I don't. It's
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, it's a lot of pressure. Like, it's a burden sometimes to know too much. You know, like, because I'm not gonna risk or jeopardize any of my relationships.
Exactly.
To like
for a drop of clout.
Yeah.
This would as much as Jay hates the H word, this would also be amazing. A Green Lantern game, a live service Green Lantern game that runs like Helldivers, where it's like kind of this community wide effort. You know, you have the corps get assignments to deal with a certain sector, and you have to all go over there and fight on that planet or anything. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like if we're gonna get like a Green Lantern game, I want way more depth than. I mean, I know you're probably not saying like a Helldivers clone, but like
I'm saying the way they run their live service by actually incorporating the community in the multiplayer and having this evolving storyline where you're going to different planets and encountering different enemies and stuff like that as a community. That's one of the best parts of Helldivers, and it's why people don't actually care about like the lack of like cutscenes, because it's more of an interactive story that's playing out. There's lore, there's plenty of stuff to find when you're exploring, but the story itself is just this kind of live, ever evolving experience, and it definitely works for what Helldivers is.
Yeah, I mean, especially because there's space cops.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good ideas, I think, for a Green Lantern game. Imagine though, like if Rocksteady comes out with a Batman Ninja game though.
Oh my god!
after I pitched it to them and they hated it.
Yeah.
But like secretly they were just like, well, he did say we could have it, and he wouldn't sue us. So
if we got a Batman Ninja game, it would 100% be because of James Gunn, because Rocksteady fucking hated that idea.
Yeah.
I fucking despised it.
Yeah.
But James Gunn seems all about more DC games, and he definitely said specifically he wanted some more. He said they're not done yet with the Arkham universe after Suicide Squad. So I feel like James Gunn would definitely be on board with a Batman Ninja game. So if we get it, it's his fault.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it and say it was me.
Yeah, you could do it. But hopefully before we get Batman Ninja, we get Superman.
Yeah, I
Cut
don't. I feel like. I feel like. I just feel like they should license it. You know.
They should have been like Marvel. Yeah, Marvel kind of painted themselves in a situation, and I think that's why they ended up investing in Epic and are kind of like pivoting because of they've been getting diminishing returns. But the idea of licensing wasn't the bad idea. It was completely abandoning developing games in house. Like, and that's where WB is kind of going wrong. Like they're doing everything wrong. They were doing everything. Like they weren't taking advantage of their owned IP by making more games, because they do have a really good successful games division, but they haven't been doing as many games as they could be doing based on the very popular IPs that they own. But at the same time, they also aren't licensing them, which is silly, because if you're not going to be developing them yourself in house, at the very least you could be allowing people to pay you to make the games.
And
I don't understand.
there's no like there's no risk involved there. Like
None.
they just pay you to use your product. Like why? What are we doing here?
Yeah, it seems like it over. Oh, you're going to give us millions of dollars. Like they're literally paying Disney millions of dollars for the privilege and the right to make games. And not only that, not only do you have to pay the licensing fee, Disney also goes the extra mile to like do oversee stuff and give you guidelines on how to represent their brand. They take cuts of the royalties. Like DC could easily come in and Warner Brothers could just be like, okay, well, we know the terms that Disney is giving you. We're going to give you better terms, and all we ask is that you develop, some of our IP.
I mean, they are licensing some stuff, but they're like more kiddie games.
Yeah.
Like the I don't remember the name of the studio. I've bought a couple of their games. They've recently put out the Cosmic Chaos. They also put in like the DC like teen girls game or some shit.
Yeah. Like if they're not confident that one of their studios could do a Justice League game, why not outsource it to someone who does?
Yeah. Who was this? It was Outright Games. So like they've done a bunch of like DC themed games.
Eastwood showing his age.
Adam West was in Lego Batman 3. What have they done? They've done they do all licensed stuff. They did Lego DC League of Super Pets.
Ooh, didn't you play that?
Yeah, for like 2 levels, and I was like, oh, this sucks. Justice League Cosmic Chaos. And then they also, I can't find the other one, but it was what was the other one? It's like Jesus, I don't know why I can't find it, but yeah, they did a few like this company does like basically nothing, but they've got Ben 10, Transformers Battlegrounds, Bratz, Paw Patrol,
basically
Addams Family.
Basically non-serious games. Like they could definitely be doing much more with Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, DC, especially. Like, imagine if Insomniac was making DC games instead of just Marvel games.
Yeah.
Imagine have some of these other studios, like, because there's so many Marvel games coming out. Like if you just go through the list, like there's something pretty much for everyone. You got the Marvel 1943. You got all the Insomniac games. They're doing so many Marvel games. And you got Marvel's Blade coming through from Arcane Studios. You got. I'm sure we're probably going to get an unannounced one popping up, and which happened recently with Marvel Rivals, which has a playtest next month. JayShockblast, and they announced as part of that playtest a new playable character. We got Hella joining the roster of playable characters for the alpha next month on May 10th. I will not be participating, unfortunately, because I don't have a gaming PC because I have the superior console. But definitely the one time I kind of wished I had a gaming PC. But they confirmed for the test they're going to have 19 characters, heroes and villains. The full list is currently Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Groot, Hela, Hulk, Iron Man, Loki, Luna Snow, Magic, Magneto, Mantis, Namor, Penny Parker, Punisher, Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord, Storm, Scarlet Witch, and Spider-Man. And they're going to have 3 different game modes: Convoy, Domination, and Convergence, with three maps: Asgard, Yggdrasil Path, and the Royal Palace, as well as Tokyo 2099. So it's looking pretty good so far. They've got 30,000 players signed up for the test, which is pretty crazy. Unfortunately, once again, you gotta have that PC. They wanted to confirm that it's a matchmaking based multiplayer game where duration, server, physical distance, and time zones shape the battlefield. 30,000 contenders, single region. They're going to be focused on the United States and Canada, which is where they've gotten most of those signups. And they have the recommended specs as well. And they want to remind you that it is not pay to win. And this is also going to be a free to play game. So obviously we're cautiously optimistic, I would say. We've been burned many times with this super live service superhero stuff, but I don't know, Marvel Rivals look, at least the one thing I was worried about with Marvel Rivals for off the bat was going to be the gameplay. And seeing the gameplay, it looks very fun. So now I'm just looking at, how will it perform in terms of, technical stuff. Is it going to be buggy? Is it, how the server is going to hold up? And also, of course, since it's PvP, will it have PvE modes? I believe Miller confirmed there will be. And, will the PvP side of it be properly balanced? Because that's notoriously difficult to do in any PvP game. So all questions, but I'm ready, Jay. I'm ready to be heard again.
Yeah.
Especially by Hella. Store.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Summer Game Fest.
Ooh, Jay dropping a subtle hint.
I don't know.
You heard it here first. Look forward to Summer Game Fest.
Also looking forward to May 10th. No, I'm not saying you have anything to look forward to.
Yeah, that's not what he's saying. Wink, wink. He just saying, tune into Summer Game Fest. There is stuff that's going to happen.
No, that's actually the exact opposite of what I'm saying. Unless you're going to play days.
No, I'm not, but I'll be watching to see the game reveals. Which
I know nothing about game reveals, but
allegedly.
I know I've made some appointments.
We have a thing.
Allegedly.
We have a thing for that. Jay allegedly does not know anything about game announcements, and I definitely don't know anything. Actually, I'm not Jay. I didn't sign anything, so let's call it speculating. What some game announcements that you can expect potentially as early as next month for a possible thing involving PlayStation. We might see the ghost of a game that you may have played previously in 2020 showing up at a certain PlayStation event next month to go along with the
Does it have anything
announcement.
to do with my guy?
Maybe. Actually, I'm not. That's again. I didn't sign an NDA, so yes, it will. Yes, there is potential. There's supposed to be some ghostly news coming next month. Next month, besides the PC announcement. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Personally, I'm definitely looking forward to the Phantom Blade Zero demo. I definitely want to get my hands on that. Marvel's Avengers 2. Of course, always on the lookout for Marvel's Avengers 2. Actually, Crystal Dynamics, so far, I think at least their Tomb Raider game is secure for now. Obviously, they're running, behind schedule in terms of the reveal, but Embracer has had, a bunch of moving parts. They literally just split up into like 3 different divisions.
Including the Earth Realm division.
Yeah, they're apparently they're going to have a separate Tomb Raider and Lord of the Rings division, which is insane.
Yeah.
But whatever. What a fucking shit hole of a company. but yeah, so yeah, Crystal Dynamics is putting all their heart and soul into the Unreal 5 Tomb Raider game, and unfortunately, Eidos Montreal looks like they're going to be a support studio on that project as well, instead of doing Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or Deus Ex. Unfortunately,
I freaking love Deus Ex Human Revolution was such a good game. Mankind Divided was really good. I love those 2 games.
A lot of people agree, and that's why they were looking forward to a new Deus Ex game until Embracer canceled it and fired a bunch of people. So that is unfortunately the situation. They did not end up selling Eidos Montreal like they did with Saber and Gearbox. So they're unfortunately stuck.
Their solution was, let's change our name.
Yeah,
way you forget who we are.
Yeah, instead of the Embracer Group, we're just going to divide up we're going to split into 3 parts, so you can't tell it's us. What an absolute disaster. But fortunately, we should have some good news. Spider-Man 2 should have some news soon. They recently just had the patches to fix the TASM 2 suit and a couple other minor issues, but we're still waiting for that DLC that we know is coming, unfortunately, for reasons. But also because Insomniac kind of spoiled that themselves in the New Game Plus update. So we know there is some DLC. We're waiting for that official announcement, and I'm definitely looking forward to diving back into that. But in terms of Summer Game Fest, a lot of stuff. They're saying a lot of stuff could happen, Jay. You're going to have a little bit more Star Wars Outlaws, which comes out in August. We're getting close to Black Myth Wukong. I heard that pre-orders are going to go live soon on that. So marketing is going to pick up for that game, as well as the First Descendant. Ubisoft, of course, looks like they might be showing off some Assassin's Creed. Just all the Assassin's Creed. You just expect all the Assassin's Creed hacks, all that stuff. I'm hearing rumors about Gears 6. You're an Xbox guy. Are you looking forward to the new Gears potentially, Mr. Shockblast?
I've never been a Gears guy.
I'm shocked.
I've played them mostly, but I don't know. I was never really into them.
Yeah, I've never played a single Gears game. Literally, the only reason I played or Xbox, and really the only reason I'm still interested in Xbox at all really is Fable and State of Decay. I don't care about anything else that they've done. But maybe if I'm won over by Fallout, which I'm going to play for the first time, start out on Fallout 4. Maybe I'll be on the lookout for the new Fallout game, when it comes out in 10 years. Yeah.
I can't even imagine not kind of being ready for that.
Yeah, that's kind of insane. So,
Yeah.
and also, I think it's about time that Microsoft gives Fallout to somebody else. Maybe like have Bethesda, work, do whatever they're doing.
Well,
But
they own Obsidian, who did New Vegas, so. But Obsidian has also been putting out like their own pretty cool games. So, like they've got that Avowed game coming out, I think.
We'll see how that turns out. But I think Microsoft has enough money where they could find someone to fucking do a Fallout game that's not Bethesda. And the fact that they weren't ready with really much, ahead of the show is like, yeah, they're definitely someone's definitely punching error. I mean, it's been great for the old games, but it would have been nice if they had a new game to announce.
Yeah, because like think about it, you got this great show, and the most recent Fallout game came out 6 years ago.
Yeah, and then the update. Then they didn't even give like the devs a heads up on some of the updates they promised on the game. So it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
like how did you not plan this ahead of time? Like, oh, we're doing an Amazon Prime show for Fallout. This might have an effect like The Last of Us. We might want to have some stuff ready.
Well, then again, what did The Last of Us have ready? The remake or remaster or whatever they're calling it. Yeah, that wasn't even ready.
But it was something.
Yeah.
They had something to point to. Hey, oh, you like The Last of Us show? Play the game. We have a remake. We have a remaster of the first game. We also have a remaster of the second game. Ahead of play that ahead of season 2. Go nuts with the The Last of Us. Fallout. There's like there's like all these Fallout games, and it felt like they got caught with their pants down. It was like, oh wow, people like this show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it looks like a lot of people went to new 76. So
yeah,
at least there's that, because that is a game that microtransactions.
Oh yeah, the dreaded word. You can't say that. Jay. Microtransactions. Ooh, scary. Yeah, I hear. Wasn't that the one that launched like dog shit?
It did not have a great launch, but it's turned itself around apparently. I played it a little bit. I don't know. I'm shocked that it's 6 years in. It doesn't have crossplay, but PlayStation probably murdered that. So
Slander.
That's what they do.
Accusations.
Well, we do know that they held gaming back for a few years by, having awful policies around crossplay.
That was then. This is now.
Well, we're still catching up.
We have there's actually going to be speaking of crossplay, Ghost of Tsushima on PC. It's going to have crossplay with Legends mode between PlayStation and PC. So there you go, Jay. Suck it. You'll be able to suck at Ghost of Tsushima Legends mode with the PC Master Race as well as the PlayStation players.
Yeah. Oh man. I'm definitely not getting it on PC. I don't like playing on PC.
Who does? Honestly, it's weird.
Although it would be funny to play it with an Xbox controller.
You should actually do that, because then you get the mods and you get to still play with a controller, which is superior to keyboard and mouse.
Oh man. What if they have mods and you can like play as like Snake Eyes?
Oh, they're gonna have tons of mods. I'm sure they're gonna have mods where you're gonna be playing as Naruto and Demon Slayer characters.
Yeah, well, I thought of Snake Eyes because he's in Fortnite. So, also I believe Hela and Hulk came out in Fortnite tonight. Creator code JayShockblast.
Creator code JayShockblast. Creator code Durag as well.
There you go. Either one
works. And this is part of the great Fortnite leaking.
I don't understand. Like, it is weird that they went with like, the those skins now out of nowhere, but it's fine.
Definitely feels like someone just forgot to just add that. I'm like, oops. They were just in this folder. I was wondering what happened to that. Because though that movie Ragnarok has definitely not been out for a while. Was that like a 6-year-old movie?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely weird that they would drop that. But so we had the Hulk and the Hela skin finally from Ragnarok. We got the Billie Eilish. The Billie Eyelash is is coming to perform. There's going to be another Marvel thing later, supposedly, according to the roadmap. But yeah, I'm still not into the Fortnite. Still not ready to reinstall. I'm waiting for maybe that if that Doctor Doom event gets announced, I'll jump in and see what that's about.
Yeah, I don't think that, from what I understand, is going to be until August.
Yeah, so I go wait around. I'm not in a hurry. Yeah, only because it's Marvel related. I'll be like, okay, that's fine. I'll jump into this, but because I would love like for Epic to do like an actual Marvel game.
Yeah,
with all that money they just got from Disney, that could be cool. And speaking of Marvel, we had a new episode of the best of Marvel, X-Men 97, the best Marvel content since Infinity War. In my humble opinion, that is definitely 100% correct. We just had the latest episode. Of course, we had the Red Wedding episode a couple weeks ago, which was insane. And now we had the Fallout as they teased. This was the episode where we got to see Captain America back again. If you're an OG fan of X-Men 92, you will no doubt recognize the fact that this was not the first time they had Captain America. There was there was a very, very cool episode in season 5 where we got a Wolverine World War II flashback where he got to fight alongside Captain America on a co-op mission. It was very, very good episode. So it was great to see him back with the updated X-Men 97 animation. He got to run into Rogue, and that was just such a great scene.
Yeah, especially like I'm just gonna spoiler here. Especially when she like literally took his shield and said, "Go fuck yourself."
It just yeeted it into the mountains.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so let's see if he unfreezes here on his own.
I'm not gonna unfreeze on my own.
All right, well, I'll carry for a moment. Showrunner said we'll have to wait and see if Spider-Man shows up. Is that a sign that we're gonna get Spider-Man? Who knows?
Kind of feels like you're saying Spider-Man's gonna show up.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, X-Men 97 is everything that we want Marvel content to be. Like,
good.
It respects, not just good, but like it respects the characters, their history, who they are, what makes them them, why fans like them. And I don't understand how, what's his face is going to look at this, and Feige is going to look at this and say, no, let's keep doing what we've been doing and letting these directors just decide what we're going to do based on no experience. What?
And it's good.
Yeah, and it's good. No, I was basically just saying, like, this is what we want from Marvel content, is to just respect the characters that we all love. I saw somebody talking about Keke Palmer. Is that a person?
She's a famous actress, yes. And
as Rogue.
She's a famous actress. She's a big X-Men fan. She's famous for doing really good Rogue cosplay, but people of course are opinionated on the topic. They're saying we're done with the race swaps. Let Rogue be Rogue. Others are saying, oh no, like Kiki do it. Best woman for the job. Blah 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 blah. Whatever.
Yeah, I'm just kind of tired of like, oh, I'm a famous person and I like this character. Yeah, that should just definitely be it. Like for anything, okay? Like you can't just like strong arm your way into these things. Like I don't like these same people that want that, okay, are gonna complain when Tom Cruise goes and does a Great Wall video or movie, you know? Like, oh, you're just whitewashing it, you know? Like you can't like you can't have it both ways, you know? Like I understand that there's a bigger issue at hand with whitewashing in general. I'm just saying like the way they wrote that movie and wrote Tom Cruise into that movie, like it made sense. It was like he was coming through the Silk Road, you know? Like the story made sense.
I think the issue is the argument. Like if you're like I don't necessarily care about certain. I would prefer, particularly for black characters, if they would just elevate actual black characters instead of just giving them sloppy seconds. But
right,
the issue is the argument. Like you'll on the one hand you'll have this argument where they're like, be like, oh you don't want race swaps, it's because you're bigot. But then when when someone points out, oh well, so you wouldn't mind if this character was race swap? Well, no, that doesn't work. So and then, but if it's a character that they are okay with being race swap, and anyone has a problem with, then it's it's just a fictional character, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like there has to be some nuance to it, and like and everybody is just so quick to be like, oh well, oh you're just racist, and it's like it's not that. It's like this is who the character is, for better or worse. Like I look at just to take a gender bending, or we'll take a gender bending one as well. The Ancient one, okay? They took a white woman, and
not enough people have a problem with that, by the way.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
That was fucking egregious.
That was an Asian dude, and they made it a white woman.
That was egregious.
You know, but it's okay because it was a gender swap. Like that's just what I'm saying. You know,
it was the reason why the usual suspects weren't mad is because it was a non-white person that was potentially out of a job, not like because it was an Asian person not getting the role. They were like, oh, it doesn't matter. But if it's a white character that's getting replaced,
well, but like we talk all the time, oh, I just want the best actor for the job, and then there are certain movies that come out where they pick a white actor, and it's like, oh well, I'm trying to think of the movie. It was like it didn't make sense to have as many white people in it as they did, but like at some point you have to. It was God, it was like an Egyptian
gods of Egypt.
It might be something like that. There was a movie like it tanked because like there were just a bunch of white people in leading roles, but they were like decent named people where it's like, okay, these are just big stars that they're putting in a movie.
Sounds like Gods of Egypt.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. And I don't disagree. Like in a perfect world, you probably should cast that movie with mostly, Middle Eastern descent, Egyptian style people, like people that look like they would be from there. But like, you want the best actors, right? That has to apply across the board, like, so I just feel like if you're going to make that argument, you have to let the studios do what they're going to do both ways.
Yeah,
So
I think you should definitely I think the it's just a character bro argument should definitely get abandoned because it's a bad argument and you don't actually believe it because this is the meme, okay, well, Ryan Gosling as the new Black Panther.
Exactly.
But it's just a character, bro. Like, no, you don't think you don't actually believe that. And it's fine to say it's okay for if you believe that certain characters should be left alone because their ethnicity or their gender is integral to their character, and there are others where you wouldn't mind because that none of that is really that important to the character, so it's more important to have a great actor. And also because of historic racism in Hollywood, even if we have some race swapping going this way, it still doesn't make up for the literal 100 years of whitewashing that was Hollywood anyway. So deal with it for now. It's not that big a deal. Y'all weren't having all this outrage during the whitewashing era. So sit the fuck down for this one. Let them work it out.
Most of us weren't alive during that era.
I mean, Gods of Egypt wasn't that long ago.
Sure. No, I understand. And like I understand. Sure. I didn't know that's what you meant by that. I thought you meant old Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean, it
was definitely a thing. Don't get me wrong.
And to be clear, old Hollywood is like 70s, 80s, and 90s. Like there was some bullshit going on all throughout Hollywood for quite some time. So that's why I'm not.
But I feel like Tyler Perry made up for all that. Like,
oh God, stop! He didn't mean it. Don't cancel Jay.
It was a joke.
Don't cancel.
I thought it was funny. I thought you understood it.
Don't cancel Jay. He didn't mean it. But yeah, I don't give a shit. Like we've had some great examples where it was definitely the best man got the role. Like the High Evolutionary in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 was absolutely fantastic. Clearly, that was the best man for the job.
Yep.
James Gunn knew what he was doing with the casting.
And that's also a character that, like, I mean, I know they didn't, but like, well, no, like they actually kind of explained it pretty well because like it was almost like plastic surgery in a way. Like
exactly.
Like so like it like made sense, you know what I mean? Like, and there's ways, but like characters like that also like in the I don't remember actually specifically, but I don't think he's like, I think he's like a like purple or something. In the
he's an alien. Like,
yeah,
so
so it shouldn't matter.
It literally didn't matter who played the role. Like, so the people who are outraged that he cast a black guy are just racist. Like that's just what
right. Yeah, like and he was great. He was great in Peacemaker, and you know, even another one that I didn't hate. I mean, I loved you know, Kang. You know what I mean? Like Jonathan Majors was amazing as Kang, and he's supposed to have a blue face. They didn't quite do that, but like it doesn't matter. I don't think. I think the way that Kang was always drawn, even though I believe I've seen him be white, I think he looks more like his facial features are more black. Like you think of like Egyptian facial features, you know, like they would like break the noses off the statues and everything.
And this is like literally supposed to be, you know, like they're doing a whole multiversal variant angle anyway. So it didn't like, but his race, you know, is not integral to the character. Like Magneto's ethnicity is integral to his character. You know, his huge part of his character arc is the fact that, you know, his worldview was shaped by being a Jewish Holocaust survivor. That's essential to his character. So you wouldn't want to make him, you know, like Korean, like or you know, or African. Like it's like, or you're just completely changing. Now you're just creating a new character at that point. So it's just like, yeah, like where it matters, you know, respect the source of the character. But if it doesn't matter and you legitimately have like just someone who's fantastic, yeah, go for it. I don't care.
Yeah, and not like with the fan fantastic way.
That didn't work.
But I agree with that. You know what I mean? Like I do feel like, you know, obviously a lot of these characters were created, you know, in a time where it was different, you know,
very much.
And I understand that. And I feel like the shift is there, but elevate. Like, I've always been such an advocate for just elevating existing characters that are already awesome.
Still
You
waiting
know?
still waiting for Blue Marvel.
Yeah, like it's right there for you. Like, Blue Marvel has the skill set, the power set, like everything to be a very exciting character people could get behind. And if you could just throw a huge act like Denzel, if you just throw it at Denzel, okay, it's gonna make Blue Marvel a major player overnight. You know what I mean?
100%.
And it's like right there for you to do. And it's just, what do we know though?
Yeah, we're just nerds. We're just paying customers.
Yeah. They tried creating a new oh god. I can't remember his name. Marvel tried creating a new character, that a new like black character that was almost like their version of Static Shock, and it tanked. And he was like basically an NBA. It was so like on the nose.
Ugh.
He was like an NBA player that like
Was it as on the nose as their Thor Miles Morales? By Odin's fate.
Kind of. I can't remember who that was. Marvel.
Still one of the most racist things I've ever seen in my entire life.
What was his name?
Imagining Miles Morales as Thor and just turning Asgard into the projects with graffiti and sneakers hanging from the telephone lines.
Yeah.
And giving Loki Tim's. I was like, what the fuck, bro?
I forget what his name was. Damn.
Absolutely insane that someone actually approved that. This was approved by executives, editors, like they all looked at that comic and said, "Yep, that's the one." Print it, put it out there. Holy!
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever. Hold on. Do I have comics? So maybe I still do. Old collection. I wish I could remember his name, but he was. It was.
That sounds embarrassing, but yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine definitely is going to be the first, I think, non-Marvel flop in a while. A little bit. I think the last Marvel movie that didn't make money, that didn't lose money, was Guardians 3. But all the other ones have been having a hard time, particularly obviously the Marvels. Ant-Man, I read, just lost even more money than people initially thought. And we initially thought it lost a lot of money. So
I'm looking through like my old collection of like comics I have on my
yeah,
PC.
he's got a lot of Power Girl comics, so so bear with him. He's got to sort through a lot of Power Girl titties to get to this particular comic he's looking for.
I think he was an Inhuman. It was during that whole era.
Yeah.
And I thought his name started with an S.
Yeah, we definitely want original black characters. Please don't make them rappers or basketball players that smoke blunts and pop purple. Please.
Yeah, it was a little. Oh God, it's on the tip of the tongue. Anyway,
it's so predictable. When they get a new black character, it's either just this stereotypical nonsense like minstrel show, or it's like a civil rights episode where you're getting preached to the whole time.
Yeah,
about inequality. It's never in between. It's never anything else. It's always one or the other.
Mosaic. Yes, that's who it was. All right, now that's it. Mosaic, dude.
And also, we're deducting points from Jay's black card for not remembering the name.
Yeah. That's exactly who it was.
Mosaic.
Yeah, I'm trying to find.
Yeah, let's see. Let's pull him up. Let's see what Mosaic looks like. Let's see how Marvel went on this design.
Hold on. We got
Jay's old, so bear with him. He's trying to figure out how.
Well, I was trying to find a
works.
picture of him like as a basketball player, but we'll just all right, present. All right, so
this is Mosaic.
yeah,
He looks cool.
Yeah, he kind of has like a cool look. But like, yeah, this was like his like
Tomahawk Duncan.
yeah. You come see the wizard.
Is he dunking on Wolverine?
I don't know, but he was like supposed to basically be an NBA player. But obviously his skills make him look like he has some cornrows here.
Of course, gotta have the cornrows.
Yeah.
For your
but
black
like
character.
This did not really work for them.
Oh,
they did push him kind of hard for a while, but yeah, like it was just kind of mostly corny. Like look at that, you got Spider-Man, you got Ms. Marvel, you got Storm, you got Luke Cage, even Gwenpool. Like right there on the cover, it was all like kind of right there. This was his hip hop cover. I don't know what album that's supposed to be.
It's absolutely diabolical that you just got a Popeyes ad.
I did not even see it, to be honest with you.
They're definitely watching. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Let's see. Search.
No,
Morris Sackett.
That is quite a name.
Yeah. Morris Sackett was a professional basketball player who at some point encountered the wandering Terrigen mist circling the earth and was transformed into an inhuman. No longer possessing a physical body, Sackett discovered he could enter the bodies of others, assuming control and becoming something of an infiltration specialist.
Ooh.
Wanting to be solid again, Mosaic and his friend Fife traveled to the former spot in the Himalayas where the inhuman city of Adelan was located, believing that it contained the means to restore Mosaic's body. So, yeah.
Yeah. You know who's doing really good black comics? Concrete. Shout out to Concrete Comics. They buddy of mine, friend of the channel, old IRL friend, started his own comic company, doing good things. Shout out to Concrete with a K. Concrete with a K.
Mosaic is Marvel's original basketball player superhero.
Because of course.
Yeah. Anyway. So thank you, Boss Ace, for coming through in the clutch.
Yep, we definitely appreciate it. Yeah, definitely. I would say Miles Morales as Thor was definitely way more offensive, but it's unfortunate Mosaic didn't catch on.
Yeah, but I mean, they gave him like his own book right out the gate. I just feel like the way that you introduce a character is as part of somebody else's book, and hope that they like click enough to want more.
Kind of like how the CW introduced the Flash through the already successful Arrowverse.
Exactly.
And then when everyone was like, "Oh, this is awesome! More," they just like, "All right, green light 10 seasons." There you go. Yeah, you got to introduce them now. I think part of what Marvel has done is they'll create like comics specifically with the intention of having something to adapt into the MCU. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see Mosaic pop up in some kind of upcoming actual Marvel project.
Yeah, I don't think he's even been in anything in years at this point. So, but they were trying to like that. My point, I guess, the long version of it was they were trying to create a new character and they just went a little too on the nose.
Well, a little bit. It didn't catch on. Well, unfortunately, they don't have the talent that we see in the manga industry, because they always have some banger new characters coming up and great stories. That's the other thing. Got to tell a great story. And great is not just the great art. You got to have great storytelling, interesting characters, and didn't have it. So it is what it is. But all right, I think we've chatted enough. I want to get back to focusing on this Mavericks game. Shout out to the Pacers for knocking off the Bucks in overtime.
Yeah, is that series tied or?
It is 2-1 Pacers. So Giannis might want to come back.
Yeah,
soon if possible. That is looking a little sus. They're currently calling Damian Lillard Dame part-time.
Oh no.
So it unfortunately not going well over there, but having fun. So appreciate it.
Did I talk about the draft? I did not talk about the draft.
I did not watch any of the draft. I don't know anyone who's in the draft.
I like the Pats. They got Drake May. I like.
Is he related to the rapper?
He's related to Luke May, who played at UNC.
Is he related to Sean May?
No, it's Maye.
Maye also not related to the
So he's going to be our new quarterback. The WWE draft. The WWE draft sucks. Like nobody has really changed. I saw what's her name got called up, and actually Carmelo Hayes got drafted to SmackDown, so that's cool. But we kind of saw that coming. Carmelo Hayes from Boston, so
Okay.
Melo don't miss.
Yeah, sure.
I don't care.
Anyway.
So appreciate everyone hanging out once again. Thank you for everyone who hung out for the unboxing of my play button. We'll catch y'all next week.
Dude, thank you, Spider Dad.
Thank you. Shout out to Spider Dad becoming a member. Welcome to the backstage, and shout out to Jay for providing the vocals of our new intro song.
Yeah,
you have the voice of an angel. So appreciate everyone. I'm Sadot the Gamer.
I'm Casual Avenger.
No, you're not.
All right, fine. I'm JayShockblast.
Zip it up and zip it out. Peace, my naysayers.
Backstage buzz, we prep for the sound. The curtain falls and the crowd's all round. The night's still young and the stage is set. Our voice is ready, no time for regret. Wisdom and laughter in a verbal embrace. Tonight we're ruling this electric space. Wonder dream release time for us. Diving deep in aftershow debates. Echoed loud with hot takes so contentious. Hearts race on, our pulse relentless. Yeah!